I'm going to go through example 2.20 from the book, and which looks at this code snippet, this statement, and it shows that this is the 3-address code that is emitted by from the syntax tree by calling gen, the gen function. And I want to go through exactly how that happens. So the first thing we need to do is look at what the syntax tree actually looks like. And so we start with what we're going to assume is the top level node, which is the equals. So we start with an equal, and it's left child, and it has left child and a right child. Left child is the L value. Well, it's the expression on the left-hand side. So this is going to be an expression. And what kind of an expression? It's going to be an access syntax node. And that access is going to have left child of A and a right child of I. Okay, so what about on the right? So we have this expression. We're going to take that to be the next child, the node, the multiply operator. On the left, it has 2. And on the right, it has, again, an access for an array. On the left, it has A, the array. And on the right, it has an expression, which is a minus operator node. And on the left, we have J. And on the right, we have K. Okay, so now we have something roughly that's roughly the syntax tree. Okay, so now when we call gen, we're going to call it on the top level node, and it's going to recurse down. So to match what goes on here, we're going to go down to the right. We're going to work our way down to here. And we have the minus operator. And what that's going to do is evaluates J and evaluates K and it emits code. So this is going to emit. Now let me do it in a different color. We're going to emit a temporary variable that I'm going to call T3 is J minus K. And notice that that code is right there. Okay, so notice that this generate function that we're calling recursively down through the tree is going to actually spit out our 3-address code, which in the bigger scheme of things is an intermediate representation, but for our purposes, it is the target language that we're looking for. So we're actually generating the target language. We're finishing off what the compiler is doing. Okay, and also we have a value that we're going to store with that node, T3, which is the temporary value. And that's important because now when we go to the node above it to access, we need to emit some code to access that array. And we need to know what the index of that array is. And that's that T3 right there. So we're going to emit T2 equals, so again, a temporary variable that I'm naming T2, A, and we're accessing T3. And again, that code there is right there. Okay? And that's going to give us T2, so we need to store that in that node so that when we do the multiplication, we can emit the correct code, right? So emit, we need another temporary variable T1 equals 2 times T2. And again, that's right there. So now we're going to call L value on here, which is going to give us this right here. A of 1 equals from there, T1 from here, which was the temporary variable that we stored the multiplied values in.